everyone. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, whenever it is that you are coming across this video. To my fellow subscribers who have been loyal and have been with me, I welcome you and thank you so much for your support. To any viewers, if you are new to this channel, I welcome you, aka this MIGT train. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard. I promise you, you will not be bored aboard this train. There's so many goodies and there's so many delectables, if you will, on this train. So at any time, please feel free to browse this channel to see what you can come up with or to see what interests you. All right. So again, welcome to all of you. I am back because today will be a day that I will be honoring a few subscribers' requests. And so momentarily, I will be back momentarily. You know what I mean. I will be back briefly to come back to give a shout out to the requests that I have on it that I will be bringing to this channel in a second. However, before I get into those requests, I wanted to make mention about an update pertaining to Harvey and Damsen Idris. I predicted that they would not last. And so, for those that know, Harvey is the daughter of Steve Harvey, and Damsen Idris is an actor who was in that popular film Snowfall and a few other movies and shows that he has been in. But it has been announced that they did split. They announced their split exactly on November 7th, and my actual date of their reading that I did on them was 7 months back. To be exact, it was on April 6th of this year. So at any time that you want to kind of go back 7 months back to April 6th, you will see that I did in fact perform a reading on them, and in that video I did not see them lasting. Right? I'm actually surprised that they lasted as long as they did, but I did not see them lasting. So unfortunately, they did split, and so now they are going their separate ways. Now, in terms of their reason that they mentioned that they split, according to both Lori and Damsen, it was like something that was amicable, that they both decided to split. But basically, it is noted that I'm going to just jump down to it. This is from People's Magazine, and the reason that they gave, the reason behind their split, give me a second, because this is an article that I saw pertaining to their separating. So I didn't want to write it down. Sometimes I usually write down so I can save time, so I don't have to do what I'm doing now, but I didn't feel like writing it down. But yes, this is what they said. So according to People's Magazine, this is Lori and Damsen. Okay, so according to a statement that was released, the Hollywood Reporter reported about this breakup. They both said, "We are at a point in our lives where our individual paths require our full attention and dedication. We part ways, remaining friends with nothing but love and respect for each other and the time we shared together," they both said. End of quote. So the reason that they said that, they have split is because they are, basically in two different directions. And, that can happen, absolutely. But I wanted to kind of be a little nosy to see, really, was that the reason behind that actual split? Because we know with celebrities, they don't always give you the true motive behind the split. It could be so many reasons behind the actual split of a couple, a Hollywood couple, right? And sometimes they will just put something out there just because, right? And maybe not, and then you'll find out maybe weeks later or months later what was really the reason behind it. So, like I said, I took the liberty to kind of go in to really see, was that the the reason that they was going into their separate paths, okay? And I was very interesting to see something in particular, which I will discuss in a second. And so with that being said, like I said, if you want to kind of go to that video that I did perform for them, in that video, for me, what I saw as to the reason that I felt that they weren't going to last is because, particularly for Lori, more so, when Lori is rumored to be with somebody that she is dating or in a temporary relationship with someone, whenever she feels that it gets too deep and it's going to feel like they are trying to want a commitment from her, that's where she pulls back. And I had expressed in that video that this young lady is not ready to settle down and to commit. And speaking of which, that is the reason that she said that, if you guys remember, she did, prior to dating Damsen, she had a few months ago just had broke up from Michael B. Jordan. We know who Michael B. Jordan is, right? He's from Creed, and he is from another popular Creed, and there was something else that he was in. Can't think of it right now. But I wanted to point out where she mentioned about that, which was, yes, here it is. A source close to Harvey told People that she and Jordan split because she wasn't ready to commit. Okay, and again, like I said, this was pertaining to when she was with Michael B. Jordan. And so, like, I think a few months later, 5 months later, then there was rumors that she began dating and seeing Damsen Idris. But I felt that too was not going to be something long term, even though maybe some people felt like it were. And when you see them, because there were a lot of pictures that they posted when they was on vacation. There was a whole bunch of pictures that Lori posted with her and Damsen on vacation, at different functions, different events. And when you look at those pictures, you would think that they are so in love and that they were going to last. There was one particular photo that I kind of read the body language, and I just kind of just picked up like, okay, this is going to be on the verge of separating. Because, again, whenever she gets too close or begin to feel that entrapment, she pull away. Okay? And these guys, I feel, are more into her than she is. Like with Michael, I believe I read somewhere where he had actually proposed to her. So if that happened, then there you go. She kind of, shut him down in that sense. And don't know if Damsen proposed to her. I don't think so. But things might have kind of gotten a little bit too serious for her. So with that being said, again, if you want to go back to hear what I actually felt about it, and that I saw this coming. So this is really no surprise to me. And probably to some of you that might be fans of hers or him, that I saw this coming. And like I said, I actually feel it was something that actually I didn't see coming sooner, but I felt that it was going to happen, and I felt it was going to definitely happen before the end of this year. So anyway, as I said, we are going to I pulled out 3 cards and along with some clarifiers to really see what was more involved. So it was a little more than what they both said, of course, pertaining to the split, right? And so just for emphasis, Lori's zodiac sign is a Capricorn and Damsen zodiac is a Virgo. So they both are earth signs, okay? So let's talk about the cards. And so the cards that came out, we have is, the first card that came out was the 6 of Pentacles. We got the Hermit. And then we got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay? So, and then on top of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. And we got the King of Pentacles. So for those that know, and if you watch, and then behind that, the 5 of Pentacles. We know what that means, right? So basically, and then at the bottom, we got the 4 of Cups. But basically, if you know, If you really look at readers and you know the cards by now, depending on how often you know, but for those that don't know, whenever we get pentacles in a spread that come out in the reading, it does point to money, finances, depending on which pentacle of the suit that comes out. We're talking about 10 of Pentacles, and then we're talking about the King of Pentacles. This is a lot of money, okay? This is quite a lot of money. And then with the first card that came out, the Six of Pentacles, this is an energy of giving to somebody more than receiving. This is somebody that is in a position, very much in a very financial stable position to give. This is like giving to the needy, the less fortunate, when you are able to see this in a reading. So if this is not somebody that is there yet, this is something that maybe the person would want to go lean toward, somebody that is in this status who can give, right? And so speaking of that status, I'm going to jump right down to the clarifiers because I don't want it to be too long. But clarifying that Six of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Immediately, when I saw this Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords is like a mother figure or a mother, right? Or someone, an older woman. And right away, I thought about Lori's mother, Marjorie Harvey, who is the wife of Steve Harvey. And when I saw that, I said, okay, this is where now things kind of change in terms of the reason behind her and Damsen splitting. So Marjorie, I went to check to see what is her sign, because of course swords represents air energy, so that being a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So I went to Google to see what was Marjorie's sign, and there it is. She is a Libra, okay? So when you think about that, Libras, you know, they are about the scales. They are about balance. When it comes to the material aspects of the outer world, they are about, in terms of, you know, luxury, wealth, somewhat like that of Tauruses, right? But the point is that with her mother showing up here in her energy, that means that her mother had a very strong influence as well behind that split up with her and Damsen. And no doubt, unfortunately, with her and Michael B. Jordan, her ex. So why is her mother showing up here? And what does she have to do with the split? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, with the appearance of the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, her mother, I feel, wants her to be with somebody that is of status. We have a lot of money here on the table. So she wants, and I feel she be in her daughter's ears to kind of get her to, when it comes to settling down, right? Like she don't, like I'm talking about her mother. Her mother don't care that she dates, but when it comes to settling down, having a family, that is where it is of importance to who it is that she settles down with. The person that she wants Lori to settle down with is somebody who you can say is wealthy, very wealthy, right? Doesn't have to per se be billionaire status. If he was, absolutely. If Lori was to meet somebody or had a billionaire that was interested in her, believe you and me, she definitely would be, you were hearing, oh, wedding bells coming along, ringing for Lori and whoever it is, right? But it doesn't even have to be billionaire status. This could be like a triple millionaire, okay? And I feel that Lori's mother, Marjorie, kind of put that in her ear, like it's important, you know, at the end of the day, to find a man that can take care of you, really provide and give you that financial stability. You know, yes, she teaches her to be independent because she does have her own, you know, businesses and so forth. But at the end of the day, I think it's about her being with a man who has resources, who has pull, who has domain, who is very authoritative in terms of his connections and so forth like that. But somebody that at this point she would rather see her marry into money, if that makes sense. This is what I'm seeing. Now this is a judge-free channel, and so I will not be judging her mother and what it is that she wishes to want for her daughter. Now, in terms of whether, it is saying, is that the right reason to want somebody? Well, I'm going to leave that up for you, But, at the end of the day, as parents, yes, we do want to see our children, especially our daughters, right? Particularly, we want to see them with a man that is going to, take care of you, but at the same time, love have to be a part of that equation, right? It's not all about the money. You want a man also that is going to treat you right, because you can get a man that is very wealthy, but he treats you like nothing, right? And then what? It might be that man that might beat your butt, right? So at the end of the day, it has to be more than just money and seeing beyond that, right? But when it comes to Marjorie, I really think that this is the thing that she constantly put into Lori's ear, to find that man who is about status, who is very prominent, who is seen as status. Okay? Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, so that's what the Queen of Swords is her mother here. That is kind of, telling her who she really should settle down with. Like I said, I don't want to be repetitive, but for emphasis, she's okay with her dating because she's still young. She's 26 years old. So she knows that men are going to be attracted to her. As should, because she's a very beautiful young lady. Very beautiful, gorgeous. But it's like, only be with them for the time being, for fun, nothing more. Until that man comes along that has quite a bit of wealth in his bank account. His bank account got to be like a triple millionaire status is what I'm seeing here, right? Because this is a lot of money. And then the Five of Pentacles is having very little. So now when you think about the two men that she has dated, Damsen, who she just recently broke up with, and Michael B. Jordan, you say, well, they are successful men. Absolutely. Michael B. Jordan is very successful. It's interesting because just the other night, me and my daughter, we was watching Creed, and I hadn't seen it, and so he was very good in that, and he's doing his thing. He's very successful. But now, when it comes down to their net worth, and generally, I don't like to kind of dip into it, but I felt that I wanted to bring it up because I'm making a comparison here, right? I don't like to really dip into networks of celebrities, but it's out there, so it's not like I had to go like really dig in. They do have that network out there, so sometimes it's not going to be like private and personal, unfortunately, right? But Damsen's net worth currently stands at 12 million, and Michael B. Jordan is 25 million. So he's just 13 million more than Damsen. Now, you would say that's pretty good. But again, when we're talking about the man that Lori's mother, Marjorie, wants her to be with, she wants her to be with somebody like a triple millionaire and more, if anything, right? And at the same time, having that and being very successful. Somebody that, because the world is somebody with a will, to me, always associate also the world card with the will, kind of similar energies, but the will is about expansion, success, right? This is the planet of Jupiter here. So this is somebody that she wants to be with who is very successful, who is popular, who is all about status right now. I feel that is the influence that Lori is hearing and getting and receiving from her mother. That's what I get. Okay? Now let's move over to the next energy of the card, that of the Hermit. So the Hermit is an energy that is many things, right? But for this particular reading, this is being by yourself, being single, right? The Hermit can also be an energy where you go within on a spiritual, when you're looking for something. When you're on a spiritual path, if you will. Now, that could be the part where she mentions about them going on an individual path. You know, perhaps that could be part of it, that they do have two different paths. It's not the same. They're not like in the same. They have a journey, but their journey is different. They're on two different paths. So maybe a little bit of what she said might be showing up here. But overall, this is an energy of withdrawing, being alone, right? Why is it that she wants to be alone? Because there's a part of her still that is, as I mentioned in that video that I did for them a few months back, she is a socialite. She is like that it girl. And socialites, they are still young. They do not commit themselves, right? Because they are in that limelight. It's all about, you know, like I said, that it factor. Because clarifying that Hermit, we did have the Three of Cups, which also was the card that came out in that reading as well. The Three of Cups is about celebrating, hanging out with your girlfriends, having fun, living it up, right? And so, like I said, she's still young. She's 26 years old, and that's what it's about. But also, we have the Eight of Cups here. The Eight of Cups is moving away, turning your back from love, because Cups is associated with the water sign, but Cups is also associated with emotions. So this is what I'm saying. As soon as that relationship, especially with somebody that is not fit enough or don't fit the bill, in her mother's eyes, then it's time for her to move on and be by herself. Now, I do feel that Lori may have been attracted, and maybe even to a point, maybe begin to catch feelings for both Michael and Damsen. Absolutely. Because the Eight of Cups is also kind of sad about having to turn your back and walk away. So I really feel that her mother is a very strong influence and has her hand into these relationships. So I'm not going to just fully say that for Lori, where she don't catch feelings for these guys. Absolutely, I feel that way. And then I feel that her mother comes in and say, okay, you know, that's it. You know, you had your fun, you know, now keep searching. Because the Eight of Cups is also like that searching for love, but searching for the right one, right? Unfortunately, it's not that kind of love that typically would be kind of genuine, because there's more to it behind the search of love. It's searching for somebody that, like I said, is of status and wealth here, right? Unfortunately. But also, we got the Eight of Swords, which is entrapment, feeling limited. This is if you are in a commitment. This is what Lori avoids. And as well, her mother, right? Where they avoid having her trapped into a situation, into a commitment with the wrong man, okay? And then we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is just like that energy spilling over from the Eight of Cups in search of. Because the Eight of Cups can also come up as somebody that is still in search of love. So in a way, and the Page of Swords is the card of surveillance. It's observing, watching. So it's like still keep your eyes out. You still have to look for that right man to come along. The man that has a very fat bank account. Come along, that man who is a king, a very wealthy king, hypothetically. Okay? And that's what I feel, for me, how this Page of Swords speaks to me. That it's her mother, telling her to still keep looking, keep searching for that right one, right? But unfortunately, it's all for the wrong reasons, because you don't want to really be just searching for a man who just have a whole bunch of, who has a fat bank account. It's a bonus. Like if you find somebody that you can love and you guys have a good dynamic, and you see that he have a good financial secure bank account, that's to like a bonus, right? That's a bonus in itself. But that shouldn't be the thing, if that makes sense, right? And then the last card we got was the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is about networking, collaborating, right? And the clarifiers for that is the King of Swords and the Empress. So I'm going to say that these energies is her mother. in one aspect, it's her mother because, again, the Empress is a mother figure, right? The mother is somewhat like that of the Queen of Swords. It is said that the Empress is all the queens wrapped up in one. So she is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So she's all queens wrapped up in one, right? And I feel with the King of Swords, this is in one aspect, again, her being very firm and kind of putting the truth out there to her. Like at the end of the day, this is who you need to be with. At the end of the day, have your fun, but you need to not catch feelings for these gentlemen, because even though they might be nice, even though they might be successful in their own right, they don't fit the bill. You know, their pockets is not deep enough. Okay, and I feel bad that I have to put it that way, but again, I have to try to interpret what it is that I see here, and at the same time still not be judgmental at the same time, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, there's free will, and the reason by which people do things, we are not really here to really cast judgment, right? But again, I have to show and explain and interpret what it is that I am seeing with the cards here. So again, when it comes to the men that Lori dates and who she will have to kind of end up breaking it off from, and who she will wind up meeting again, because when it's all said and done, she might be rumored to be, she will probably date a few more men before that particular man comes whose pockets is deep enough and whose bank account is really fat, before she really gets approved by her mother to say, yes, that is it. That is the man that you should be with, because he can give you this, but he can also help you with your businesses, because that's what the Three of Pentacles is, networking. Someone who's in a position like that of the Knight of Kings, who can definitely, I'm sorry, I said the Knight of Kings, the Knight of Swords, right, and air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that is in a position of authority, because we know, like I said, kings represent authoritative figures, people of power. So to me, again, the dominant phrase here for this is power, resources, wealth, ambition, and networking. And that's what Three of Pentacles is. So that's what I see. And I feel that it might be a minute before she might come across that type of man. But even if it's not someone that wealthy, but I feel that she definitely will want her to be with somebody that is, their net worth is way, way more than the guys that she have been involved with. So that's what I see. And so overall, in terms of what I feel like was that the major reason behind their split up, just a little bit, but there was more behind it. And the more was, you know, her mom. You know, I feel that her mom is involved and had some type of influence in terms of, you know, the men that Lori has been dating. So, but anyway, nonetheless, we wish both Damsen and Lori well in their search, right? And that they will both one day find the person that will be compatible for them in the long run, in the future, right? So that is it. So that is the end of that story. And so I just wanted to just bring that update because, like I said, it was something that I did predict a few months back. And so I just wanted to just share that. So with that being said, I am signing off so that now we can give a few shout out to the subscribers whose requests I have honored, and I will be back momentarily to give a shout out for those subscribers. Until then, everyone, continue to enjoy your Wednesday. Peace, love, and light. Bye.